How you overcome your insecurities is you confront it head on. No faking it till you make it. Overcome your insecurities. Take 3. How you doing, love? You alright? So, I know what it's like to be so deeply insecure to the point where it felt almost ingrained in my DNA. I've been insecure about things to do with me physically, my looks, like feeling I'm not attractive enough, my personality, maybe am I boring or even too much for some people, my life circumstances, feeling embarrassed of where I am in life. I've got a fan on, by the way, so please just ignore it, don't let it distract you from the video. And the reason I mentioned these 3 key things is essentially my way of giving you my credentials. Babe, if anyone can talk to you about this topic, it's me. And the main thing that would even summarize everything I'm gonna say in this 10+ minute video is that it's all in your head. It's a mindset thing. People do not see you the way you see yourself. If you're hypercritical of yourself, it's easy to assume that others are also viewing you from that very same lens. Trust me when I say they're not. And one of the biggest eye-openers is that I've been able to grow over 1,000 subscribers and be monetized on YouTube in under a year. And guess how I did that? It wasn't through doing wild over-the-top videos and these crazy pranks. Like, I'd love to dabble and get into that one day. But I basically grew up for, I guess you could say, relatable content of talking about my insecurities. My #1 most viewed video on my channel is titled Dear Insecure Black Girls. I was talking about insecurity to do with essentially being a black woman, but this can apply to obviously all races, all people. That's #1. So that links into where I said I was insecure about myself physically. My second most viewed video on my channel is titled My Experience Being Homeless in the UK. And this links into my point earlier where I said I was embarrassed about my life circumstances, where I am, what I've been through. Isn't it crazy? The same things I used to be so deeply insecure about, kept hidden, ashamed of, is the same that really drew people in, drew people onto me. It just showed me that I'm not alone in this. The reason why I believe those videos have done so well is because those are very relatable topics of insecurity. And in the homeless video, even if someone hasn't been homeless, cost of living crisis, when you have to choose between putting food on the table and putting on heating, lighting, like, wow. And the biggest thing is your insecurities, you being overcome by it and being crippled in fear, because I do believe insecurities is also deeply rooted in fear of perception, how you're being perceived. And some of it could even arguably be pride and ego, especially with the life thing. My ego, it doesn't want people to know I'm struggling, that I'm going through this, this and that. Or even our looks, vanity, I don't have this picture perfect look, but you'll end up blocking your own blessings. I know sometimes we hold off on certain things and we say, oh, okay, when I look a certain way, when I lose the weight, or when I get the money, then I'll do this and do that. But it's a journey. You don't start a race at the finish line. You don't wait until you've got your ideal body, how you perfectly want to look. You don't wait until you're financially thriving. You don't wait until your life has turned around. It's a process. You have to go through it. And my favorite YouTuber, in one of her most famous videos, which got well over 1 million views, titled You Need to Start a YouTube Channel, here's why. In the beginning, she spoke on something that really holds people back from starting a channel. In their heads, they'll be saying, but I'm unattractive, I'm not funny, I'm scared. And imagine how many people that could have thrived and done well, not just on YouTube, but other ventures in life, but they held themselves back with those limiting beliefs. Look, I received a package from YouTube themselves, and that's because I stopped letting my insecurities have the best of me. I switched on the camera and I'm pursuing my dream life of doing this full time. What do you mean me, little old Maria, who had all these negative thoughts about myself, is now getting packages from YouTube and speaking to people that literally run YouTube? YouTube has given me free food, Wagamama's Japanese British cuisine, Costa, local bakery, free drink and food from there, raffles for a certain concert, I don't remember what group it is. They're giving away up to £800 worth of equipment just for collabing with other YouTubers. Like, the opportunities that are coming my way just because I decided to put my insecurities to the side, or in fact said, yes, I'm insecure, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. I may be insecure about how I look, but I'm still gonna get on camera. I feel like confronting things head on is the best way to go. Because now when I get on camera, I don't have to second guess myself. Of course, I may have my moments, I'm, just a girl, but I feel secure. I said, okay, I may be insecure about how my body may look right now, so what did I do? I got on camera and I showed my body. I told people how much I weigh. Obviously, I am working out. I've done this stuff because, the approach comedians take where maybe they grew up being bullied or treated anyhow. So it's like sometimes they make a joke of themselves before others can do it. So I thought these things which are insecurities that could potentially be attacked could hold me back. I put it out there, revealing deep, intimate things. It's almost as if no one can say anything to me now. I told my story. Now I've controlled the narrative. I've shown everything. I've shown myself in my vulnerable states. I've talked about daddy issues. So what exactly is it that anyone can say about me that I haven't already said about myself? I don't mean this in a weird, arrogant way, but it's literally, I'm so happy I took this approach and I didn't pretend to live this picture perfect image, because now, even at my smaller, noted, blown up channel size, I feel like I've got a very deep connection with my subscribers that even some bigger YouTubers don't have, because I've been personal. I've taken people behind the scenes. When my mum was in hospital last year, I did a video in the hospital. I was like, guys, I'm here to see my mum. I'm showing the real deal. And I don't want that to be all my channel is about. I don't want to always be talking about struggles and all these things. But the fact that I've set the foundation, revealing that there, now when I transition into different types of content, such as vlog, day in the life, get ready with me, glow up, try on haul, mukbang challenges, pranks. People aren't just watching because of maybe the virality of such videos, but they're watching because they know you. If I was to speak or present myself in certain ways, there'd be subscribers that'd be able to pick up, Maria, something's not right, that's not you. Think of an app like Instagram. I have an Instagram account that currently has 17 followers. When that account picks up, I'll start posting. But it's like, people that have followed me on Instagram, they only follow me on Instagram because they saw me on YouTube first. So now when it comes to pass that I do start posting on Instagram, it's deeper. It's not just some stranger Pinterest person where there's a disconnect. I've even seen people who are mainstream, think Will Smith and Kevin Hart, they've been collaborating with people doing social media, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, because that's the new wave. It's easier and deeper to connect. Oprah Winfrey, I believe, has a YouTube channel. People are starting to see the value of human connection. Once you build that connection with someone first, that's the foundation and everything else can flow. Now, should you want to start a certain business, even people that maybe don't even care that much for the product you're releasing, they may still get it because it's you. But yeah, enough talk about me. What does this have to do with you? How would this help you overcome your insecurities? I'm trying to encourage people to take that exact same approach. How you overcome your insecurities is you confront it head on, face to face, just how I'm looking at you through this lens. No faking it till you make it, none of that. Why are you faking it? Be open with yourself. Okay, this is where I am now, but you know what? Life waits for nobody. I'm gonna go through the motion. I'm gonna go through the journey. Nothing in this life worth anything or worth any sort of deeper substance beyond surface value comes easily. And I think also, instead of focusing on your insecurities, the things that you feel may disqualify you or put you below the radar, I hope that made sense, focus on your strengths. So me, instead of focusing so much on my physicality, I focus on my personality. When you meet someone first, they don't know your character. It takes a while to really get to know the real person. But my personality, I bring that out, and that's what's enabled me. That's always been a strong point for me. Even though sometimes I can be shy and socially anxious, when I have connected with people, especially speaking one-on-one, I've been able to, and I don't even do it intentionally, but to draw people into my personality. I was in central London last year on the bus, and a woman, a stranger, she came up to me. She was like, can I sit next to you? I think it's because she didn't want to sit near the back. I was like, yeah, like, you don't have to ask, like, come here. And she came and we spoke the entire bus journey. She started opening up to me about her personal life, her sister, everything. And we just talked and talked and talked. I think I have a warm demeanor, like my personality. It makes things easy. Bear in mind, this woman, she's completely different from me. She's a woman, that's our similarity. But for example, I'm Ugandan, I'm assuming she was English, I'm black, she's white, she's much older than me. Not that that matters, but it's just showing my personality has been able to transcend through things that may typically be barriers. So now that's what I'm going to focus on. And I think it's good because in that case, it's not so vanity, where you're just focusing on the physical. You need to look beyond, and that's a strength of mine. So now the question you need to ask yourself is, what's yours? And it's crazy because, like I said in previous videos, the very same thing you could be insecure about may literally be the very same thing that may lead to your exaltation. Me talking about my insecurities led me to being monetized on, I don't know if it's the biggest, but it's social media. Isn't that crazy to say? My insecurities have enabled me to get monetized on YouTube. And especially if you have no social media background, you don't have any famous person, industry plant, you don't have these connections, the criteria to get monetized on YouTube is very hard. I believe gaining subscribers, it can be difficult, but not that much. But the hardest thing is 4,000 watch hours. I got those 4,000 watch hours not from doing clickbait videos. I got 4,000 watch hours by opening up about my life story. Who would have thought? Especially when I was most insecure in my teenage years, 14, 15, 16, around there. Who would have thought that fast forward to me being in my early 20s, the things I was so ashamed about then, I'm now parading it on the screen. I'm no longer hiding it, no longer wearing baggy clothes, maybe trying to hide my body. I'm coming on camera and I'm saying, hi guys, this is what I look like, my arms, I'm showing my fat, I'm wearing shorts, because this is real life. I hope this video is really able to touch you, and I really hope you've been able to understand the message I've put out. Because another thing I'll say, there's videos that I've done where I got into my own head and I thought I might be rambling too much, it won't make sense, will they even get what I'm trying to say? Sometimes my mind, there's a billion and one things going on. I could be telling one story and then jump to another. But then I upload the video and next thing you know, I get comments, I can relate. So it's like, oh, okay, I have been able to get my message across. So yeah, my friends, that's how you do it. Overcome these insecurities.